Hello, everyone. This is Brother Benson, and I'm joined with Brother Miguda this evening. Miguda, habari gani?
Niko salama kakangu,
Mm.
Miriam, labda za kwako. Nimeshinda poa, nashukuru Mola.
Mi niko salama tu, ni ile hali tu ya kutafuta na vilevile pia kuangalia yale ambao yanatokea nchini, sana sana ukijua kwa saizi watu wali, lakini nasema kwamba naweza sema kwamba watu wote wanaangazia haya, tuseme kwa uchaguzi ambazo zinakuja, um, Mbere, Kasipul, Malava na kila mahali tunaona kila mtu anasema yale ambayo anaona inawakwaza. Labda wewe pia uko na maoni kuhusu mambo inatokea saa hizi, ama wewe unakaa ni mtu wa kuangalia tu?
Ningependa kusema tu mpaka sasa hivi mimi kazi yangu tu kupatia macho kazi ili niweze kutazama yale yanayotokelezea kila mahali kwa sasa tu hivi.
Okay. Asante sana. Niko tu na habari fupi labda ambayo tunaweza soma tu kwa saizi. Zile tu naweza sema kwamba ni muhimu. Babu Owino visits Kang'oka Jaramogi to pay last respect to the Right Honorable Raila Odinga's grave. That's Babu was there. Again, kuna malalamishi pia hapa tunatoka kutoka Tanzania. Tanzania is currently preventing wild beasts from crossing into Kenya after claiming Kenyans were responsible for the deadly protest. Hey. Haya, hizo ni ziko Mwengi Mutuse car is on flame. I don't know what happened. This is very critical one. Youth leader, this is now verified update, and youth leader is stable. Youth leader in stable condition after Germany doctors took control yesterday at midnight. We are relieved to share that the youth leader, who was recently in critical condition, has been successfully treated in Germany. Following urgent medical attention, doctors stabilized his blood circulation system, an issue linked to the hip surgery he underwent in 2022. Mzee is now able to talk, stand, and take short walks. While this is a significant recovery milestone, he has been advised to avoid prolonged sitting or standing and to temporarily refrain from active political engagement to prevent any setbacks. We continue to ask for your prayers for his full recovery and for safe journey mercies as we welcome him back home this Friday. Let us unite in gratitude for this blessing and support him as he regains full strength. Family confident, confirm. So that is something that is happening with Oburu Odinga. Yeah. So it is indeed Oburu Odinga. You know, he was taken ill. The other day we were talking about how he was flown outside the country to go and seek medical attention. Some people say that he was on sabbatical leave. But now, from that information, we now know that he was critically ill. Also, let me take this opportunity to say hi to Brenda, Gibson Connor, and Mr. Laban Misiani, and Judith, not forgetting Judith. And this is what Moses Kuria says, and it's very important. I'm losing all hope in the IBC. This is Moses Kuria. And this is because even after the day or the date that is stipulated that campaign should not take place, there's the rumors that still government the government side was still doing door to door or was still engaged in campaigns, and that one also was witnessed in Malava, where the women rep of Malava was distributing mattress, food, and added to the residents of Malava. So that is something that we are going to discuss, and also we are also going to discuss the issue of Natembeya. Is security was withdrawn. The reason I will tell you what the CS for Interior, Honorable Kipchumba Murkomen said, this is President Ruto again. I want my daughter Charlene to be married to a Kenyan. Alikuwa na boyfriend anaitwa Ochieng. Juzi nilimuuliza Ochieng alienda wapi, akaniambia Ochieng alimwacha akatoroka. Migoda nyinyi Ochieng umeenda Ochieng unafanya nini bwana? Ochieng rudi. Ochieng usifanye hivyo. Mbona sasa wewe Migoda, wewe huyu ni mtoto wa rais, ushapata nafasi ya kuongea naye, inamaanisha kuwa kuna vitu vingi ambazo zinaweza tokea. Utakuwa na security, hiyo ni kitu ya muhimu. Utakuwa na father in law yenye ni unatoroka, unaenda wapi wewe Ochieng? Ochieng wewe saa zingine pia Ochieng wewe hapo hujafanya poa.
Sijui kama unanipata vizuri.
Nakupata.
Kwanza ningekuomba unirudie ile jambo la Babu Owino, alafu niingie nichambue kila kitu hapo. Sijasikia Babu Owino. Babu anafanya nini?
Today Babu Owino visited Kangoka Jaramogi to pay respect to Raila Odinga's grave, and akapatiana mama Biblia, akapatiana main Biblia. Hiyo utaongele.
Okay. Can you allow me to say something?
Okay, go ahead.
Can I say something?
Yes.
Have you heard that? Have you heard that meme?
Umesikia nini?
I would like to say that if you look at the question you have asked me, even concerning the issue of first, let me talk about the issue of Oburu, then to Charlene. When the public were informed and the public were aware that actually Oburu Odinga was taken ill, and even you had people.
Hello, Migoda. Hello, Migoda, uko wapi? All right, thank you so much. Somebody is asking, Goodyear is asking, Migoda, why did you drop Charlene Ruto? That is according to the president. As we wait for Migoda, I think like there's a problem. Joseph, I can see on the comment section. You can also join in. Another issue that is also trending today is about the issue. This was said by the Tanzanian president. Kile ambacho najiuliza, mbona uchaguzi wa Tanzania umewahusu sana wa Kenya kuliko hata wananchi wa hapa. Yaani kila mtoto anaye. Okay, Migoda, you back?
Yeah, I'm back. Can I say something?
Go ahead.
I don't know. Sometimes when I'm having some strong points, my network is disturbing me.
Yes.
when some things are very interesting. Okay, let me say two things on whatever you have said.
Yeah.
About Oburu Odinga. When members of the public were very aware or were informed that the old man was taken ill,
yeah,
they declined and they said he has taken a sabbatical leave.
Yeah.
But today they have confirmed that his situation has been restored, and we are that the members of the public were right and the families were wrong. So, to this extent, we can't believe many things concerning Baba's death. We try to say some things, but we are told not to speak. To this extent, we are yet to trust the.
All right. There's a problem with your network. Maybe you can fix it so that we can. Okay. As Miguda is still fixing his network or his. I tend to agree, especially when we talk about the health of the party leader of ODM, Oburu Odinga. I think something that maybe they did not oversee, or something that they did not looked into, especially when they were giving Oburu priority to become a party leader, especially in our politics in Kenya. politics is in Kenya is usually quite much active. From the day you cast your vote, immediately the president is announced or is declared the winner. The following day, the politics starts. And if you look at the age of Oburu, and the kind of active politics that is happening in Kenya, it's quite much tiresome. Remember, flying each and every time. Immediately he
Hey,
was. Yes, me good.
hey, I don't know today. Today they have caught me. Today they have come back to me. Today it's like the needs have gotten up with me.
Are
But
you working or you are stationed in one place?
region. No,
Are you working
I'm
or
I'm
you
not
are?
working. I'm standing.
Oh, okay. I don't know why your internet is um
I'm just I'm I'm still I'm on my usual. I don't know today because they are in my region, so maybe they might disconnect many things here. So I just wanted
yeah,
to say that concerning the issue of Oburu Odinga,
yeah.
we were right as citizens, but family was trying to mislead the public. This issue of mislead the
Okay, today Be Good as network is not networking. I hope I don't know. mm, I don't know. It's Joseph. Joseph, I don't know how free you are.
up now, we are yet to find out actually.
Mm, mm. Okay, Be Good. Can you? Hello, Mr. Joseph. How are you doing? Hata wewe pia network yako imeleta shida. leo hii mbaya. Hebu sikia, ametembelewa na kusalimiwa. Hii ni nguvu ngori leo. Both of you cannot, your networks are not networking. Yeah, Joseph's network is not working. Miguda. Okay, thank you so much. As we wait for Miguda to come in, I don't know what's happening with their network today. But as I was saying earlier, about especially when it comes to hello, Mr. Joseph, are you there? Okay. Hello. Okay, because like Brother Benson, can you use the normal screen, please? I think this is something new with StreamYard, but I'll fix it because like when I set the studio today, I saw that I can see myself in two screens. One is vertical, the other one is landscape. Okay. Hello, Simba. How are you doing?
Salama sana brother Bernard.
Okay.
Nimeenda mbali kidogo.
Sasa mbona we ni mtu wa tutam, ndio maana simu yako inafanya kazi, au wengine wenye wanapinga leo simu imekataa? Hello.
Au unajua ni wanapinga serikali watapata wapi network?
Ebu ongea na serikali wawapatie network for today so that we can we can talk.
Au tutaongea na wao baada ya by election, baada ya matokeo kupatikana. Sasa hizi wakule kiburi yao.
Sasa hebu sasa nikuulize kakangu, tunaona kwamba habari ambayo imetokea sasa, tunaona kwamba um, the leader of ODM party, Oburu, ill, and now at least is now stable. And you remember when this, Mr. Joseph? No, we cannot still hear you. Miguda, can you hear us? Miguda, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you people. Heard me. I can
Okay.
hear you. I can hear
All right.
you. I was
All
in
right.
the bay waiting. I was in the bay waiting. I've sorted it out.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much.
I'm okay now.
Joseph, are you okay? Joseph. Haya, hebu bado unda kidogo Joseph, bado yako iko. Sasa Simba, wacha nikuulize. We want to talk about IEBC with what is happening, especially even after the campaign periods were over. We still see, especially campaigns are still going on. Can we have faith in IEBC?
Brother Benson,
Yes.
campaign in politics haziishi, inaendelea mpaka kesho. After elections inaisha saa kesho, hapo ndio campaign inaishia, baada ya kujua mwenye ameshinda ni nani.
Na mbona
Yes,
wanasema
kwa sababu wale watu wenye wanapiga kura, majority of them hawana their decision. Unapata mtu wakati unaenda kwa station anakuuliza we unaona tunapigia nani? So hiyo si campaign. Na ni kila mahali.
But you see these campaigns of bribery, whereby we saw it happening in Malava, especially the county, the women rep in Kakamega constituency were distributing mattress, food, blankets to the people of Malava. Why was that one so? And people feel that one is not right.
Ukumbuke mwenye alikuwa ana distribute hizo items ni mtu mwenye ni mwakilishi wao, walimchagua. So kuwapatia words hapo hakuna makosa.
Okay.
Yes, wakati mtu amekupatia kitu na kama utaki, mbona hatujaona watu wakikataa?
But people feel that was she could have waited until all the campaigns and the voting is done, then she can do that, because by doing that it feels that you're making people to vote, because you're kind of like interfering with the you're going against the law. I mean, if to say.
Brother Ben, wewe umewahi kuwa Kenya wakati wa uchaguzi?
Yeah, nimekuwa.
Sheria zimetungwa, lakini zimetungwa tu kwa ofisi. Hata wale officials wengi ndio kwanza ndio huwa wanahusika sana. So mimi sioni kama kuna shida yoyote, kwa sababu ni njia yetu ya siasa zetu.
Okay, sawa.
Yeah.
Okay, sawa. Ebu wewe tulia, ni jaribu kama ndugu zangu wamepata nafasi sasa. Joseph, can you hear me, brother?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes. Let me also Miguda.
They think they can hack me bwana. Simwambie labda ni serikali hainiwezi bwana. Tunaingia na helmet. Walikuwa nadhania tu tutaingia na helmet.
Kwani si iko na helmet? Miguda, what about you, Miguda?
I'm okay. I'm back. I can hear you clearly.
Okay.
We have taken a different route.
Okay. Thank you so much. And at least now you are okay. There's so much that is happening. Maybe to start with, because we had already started. Miguda, you are speaking about the health of the party leader for ODM, that actually we've gotten, this is verified information, that is saying that his treatment was taken over by the Germany doctors and they were able to stabilize him, and this person is giving brief of what has happened. And in the public domain, we were told that there was he went for sabbatical leave. That was what we are getting, that he went to sabbatical leave in Dubai, and now we find ourselves in Germany. You were saying something about it.
Okay, I will say something because the party leader is a public figure.
Yeah.
His health is of concern to the public. Vis-a-vis the health of Raila Odinga was concerned to the public, and that's why we are saying somebody somewhere messes Baba's health. That is why we had that crisis anyway. But Oburu Odinga, you understand that he was flown to Germany. Then he has been well since there are some action the doctors have taken. That's my opinion. That whenever there is a problem and you're a public figure, the members of the public need to understand what's going on, and it is very important because even if that person belongs to the private family, but also it's a servant of the public, there's nothing wrong by him disclosing his health status. Many public servants have been disclosed their health status. I just wanted to conclude by the issue of Ochieng. You know, Ochieng, Ochieng declining to marry Ruto's daughter. I can just say Ochieng might be my age mate, and also Charlene might be my age mate. We understand the challenges we are undergoing at our level. So if you
Challenge
have
gani na unaoa kwa rais bwana? Challenge gani bwana?
that's not what I'm driving. You know, marriage is not only about money, mtoto wa rais. This is your lifetime partner. So when you want to make that decision, it doesn't matter where the girl is coming from, because there was a time we were reading a certain book when we were young that the king had a daughter, but everybody declined to marry the daughter of the king because of the moral character of that daughter. Maybe you might not know. King knows better why, after having that affair, he decided to what we call dust. So Charlene saw dust, and Charlene might saw dust because of. I don't want to delve deep in their affairs, but I just want to say, because the president has pointed out, Ochieng understand better what the woman he wanted. Maybe it doesn't end that you can be given everything, but also we are being taught as a Christian that it's better to it's better to be humble in a peaceful relationship than to have bodyguards and money in a cruel relationship. So I think that is a personal decision. And therefore, if Ochieng decided to decline the proposal from the president and the daughter, that is something that is personal, and the president just want to, maybe one day we are also praying for Charlene, that one day you'll get a very good husband of our choice, and things will just work out for you, because you were taught that there are two things in this life that you don't need to hurry, that love and death will just find you. You don't need to hurry. That love will just find you along the way, and don't need to hurry. Don't even commit suicide. Definitely just die when your time comes. So I think that's personal decision, and let it not be profiled that all Ochiengs.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Biguda, for that. Joseph, how are you doing, sir? Hello, Mr. Joseph. Okay. Sasa si ndio hiyo helmet yako sasa ikusaidie. Wapi hiyo helmet ulikuwa? Joseph. Sasa ulikuwa umevaa helmet na sasa hata umeshindwa kuongea. Okay, thank you so much. Joseph, can you hear me please? Helmet has been Simba, can you please help these our brothers? Hebu wapatie connection mzuri. Leo wako na hata okay. Let me come to you, Simba. You've just had what?
Brother Ben,
Yes, sir. I can hear you. Go ahead. leo ni kubaya. We've just heard Moses Kuria is also saying that he complaining about the IBC, and there's so much that has taken place, and so many questionings that many political parties are putting in are asking, including the press that was held by the United Oppositions, whereby they are claiming or accusing the government plot to rig the election. And this is something that we've always. Yes, are you back? So everybody is not responding. Migoda.
I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. Very much okay.
Yeah, because like you're very much okay. Okay. Now, when you listen Moses Kuria, because there is something that I was reading, and Moses Kuria was also not happy with how the IBC is conducting issues based to the fact that there's so many things that are happening, including the bribery, but he's not seeing swift action taken by IEBC. So he said that he doesn't have confidence in it. Do you feel the sentiments of Moses Kuria are of great concern to the country and even to you, who is following up on this by elections?
Yeah, I just want to say that Moses Kuria's sentiments are of a great concern to the public, and they are very factual. And just like I told you yesterday, that tomorrow's elections are going to be rigged, and we know when we saw them today, we know what they did to us previously. When you heard the Interior CS speaking that go to polling station, cast your vote and go home, we know why they are telling people to go home. And also when you heard them telling that if you see police officer around, that police officer is there to safeguard you, we know. And when they say that no gun will be transported from different parts of the country, we know. Because we have had similar sentiments before, and we have been into the trenches when we were in opposition, and whenever we had any election, even the general elections, there were instructions, and Matiang, to be precise, deployed police officers, including supplying more ammunition using the police craft into the regions which were perceived to be Raila Odinga's stronghold. And let me tell you, the people who have not experienced what is going to happen tomorrow might think it's a joke. If they want to rig, they will rig, and they go to an extent whereby they deploy police officers. What happened to our region? The police officers were firing aimlessly at the bullet, scaring people, and many things will happen. So Moses Kuria's sentiment is of a great concern, but regretfully is that you understand during campaigns, IBC were quiet, the police officers were quiet, even when people were being killed, when there was voter bribery, when there was electoral malpractice, everybody was quiet. But today, D-Day, IBC is out speaking loud, the internal CS is speaking loud because they had planned, they had plotted everything, and they know what they are going to do. So we just hope for the best. What we must maintain as a citizen that we should not lose lives because of a mere special election. We should ensure that we are all safe and we should not lose the people. But all in all, it is true. And tomorrow we will be here. We will see how events will unfold. So that is very unfortunate that our electoral body has been captured. IBC has been compromised, and they are taking instruction from a certain quarter. Instead, they ought to be impartial, neutral, non-partisan, but that's not the case. They are actually acting on someone's instruction, including our law enforcement officers. So we are aware that this is a trend, even in 2027. But as a people right now, we need to move very swift to ensure that we go to court or we demonstrate and protest against the electoral malpractice, because there's no room whereby a candidate has been cleared who is under investigation. A candidate has been cleared and he has been openly bribing people, even after the closure of the campaign period. You understand that the people are still moving door to door, giving people money, election bribery in the broad daylight. So I can just conclude by saying IBC has been compromised. IBC understand what they are doing. They know very well. And the law enforcement officer who has been deployed also have been given instructions. So we just hope that let us not lose lives. We be safe as we witness how events will unfold. But whatever Moses could have said should be taken with a great concern. It will even affect the general election. So we should move very swiftly. And I'm very happy because it's good. Moses Kuria has now condemned the IEC. Moses Kuria has now come out very clearly and also demonstrate that actually he lacks faith in the electoral body. So I'm very glad. And I'm also glad when I'm seeing people like Matiang'i now coming out condemning the IBC. So I'm happy because it's now a collective responsibility of Kenya's people who are now understanding that it's a great deal for us to have a free, fair electoral body. At the same time, I'm very happy because it's now a collective responsibility for Kenyans to uphold the constitution. This constitution was not promulgated for a certain region to uphold, protect, and defend it. This constitution was promulgated for the entire country to uphold, defend, and protect it. So when I'm hearing characters like Kuria, Matiang'i, I'm very glad now all of us, holistically, we are protecting, defending, and upholding the constitution. And that's the way to go. And all of us should demonstrate, because if we don't talk, things are not going to be good.
All right. Thank you so much. Joseph, how are you doing, sir?
Sorry. I went to fight with these guys. You know they are disturbing me too much. Wananisumbua sana bwana.
Helmet ilikuwa imepigwa ikapasuka, ukaenda kununua.
Imebidi niitishe truthful man nijue ni nini kinaendelea bwana.
Helmet like that one ukipiga ikashagwa.
Nimevalia ile ya Narok.
Oh yeah, hiyo ya Narok. Okay. There's quite a lot that is taking place, especially barely 48 hours after, despite the 48 hours rule, you still find that the UDA campaign rallies in Bere North continues, especially in earnest. That's according to Moses Kuria, and he has given a photo of the same, whereby guys are lined up and they are getting money, and this is going against the rule of law. Now, when you look at this and look at the results that are going to come tomorrow, if people are voting, let's say tomorrow, where they are voting, and it happened that the UDA candidate wins, what will people say? And with what Brother Danny is saying, that there is getting hotter, and I can see court nullification on the election soon after by election. What is your take on those?
Thank you. Today I have so much things to talk about, because today so many things have happened, Brother Benson. Yeah. I don't know if you know what has been happening, or you have been advanced with what has been the happenings of the day. Yeah. But I've seen quite a number of activities that have happened, starting with the one which has come right now in the evening, that UDA has taken 2 seats from the Rift Valley, the ones which were not contested. So they have already been announced. Those guys have been announced. They are the winners. So there is no contestation there. So now we get into the to the Thursday. I told you Thursday is coming, and now it is here, because we are only leaving some hours. I think we are about how many hours? 2 hours or 3 hours? 2 hours tops to Thursday. And the revelations that have been coming in through from all the sides, you're hearing from the opposition side and from this other side, it is very damning serious. It can affect even the fabric of Kenya as a country, because the instance where you hear politicians have been taken off their security, and they have been lenders that they can only that what even shocked me further is that saying that the security people or the security team was involved in irregular things and they are going to be dismissed from the force. That one even got me shocked because the camera showed what happened in Malava. So that is what Wilcomen has been saying, that he's going to dismiss those police officers. So so many happenings have been happening. So many happenings have done in the past 3 hours. There is the one even for the one you're talking about, Moses Kuri, you're talking about the IEBC.
Yeah.
IEBC has been compromised, Brother Benson. I can just say that. I can tell you that. Because the moment you heard that these guys, the IEBC is even being talked about that they are having stuffed ballot papers. And they have not come even to condemn that or say, no, we don't have stuffed ballot papers. Have you had anybody come to say, even if it is the chairman or the CEO of the IEBC talking about that? So we are hearing instances of where ballot papers are being stuffed, and they are saying that before the agents who have been given work by the United Opposition, they have told them that they need to check the ballot before even anything commences tomorrow morning. Okay. So I think tomorrow morning will be a day of behavior of activities, which I'm praying that there will be no chaos, but the way it is looking, Brother Benson, inakaa kama tu itakuwa chaos, because you cannot know who the goonism is being deployed from. Siri Barire is saying that the goons are coming from the United Opposition. The United Opposition is saying the goons are coming from the government, and they're being sponsored by the government. So we never know the clear picture of what is truly happening. And it's the same thing happening in Malava and Kabuchai. There has been so much tension in this constituencies because of these by-elections. But what I know, tomorrow we'll see so many irregular practices that we are going to happen. Because you can only hear IBC saying that we are prepared, but how prepared are they? They've not shown us the willingness of them getting prepared for this by-election. You know, even I've been shocked that they are saying in one police station they'll put 2 police officers. What if the residents, they say no, this election county niko na malpractice? Si watapita nao officers wawili na hakuna kitu watafanya. But I'm hearing they are saying that they have backup. You know, today I saw a military vehicle going to Embu. And I think it reached, sijui kama Bwana Dan ameangalia hiyo gari ya military kama ilifika. I have been seen going to Embu. And it has been even tension, Brother Benson. If you have ever traveled to Embu, you will see even the entrance of Embu, where people always enter in the county of Embu. Today they were checking everything. So, and the real issue will be, you know, where the chaos will come out, Brother Benson?
Yep.
The election day tomorrow morning can be very cool and calm and rigid. Yep. But you see, when the voting starts, that is where the hell will break loose, because they have said, the United Opposition have said is a must people to be there to check on their votes, watu wasiibe votes. And then the government has said, ukipiga kura, nenda nyumbani. So we'll see what will happen. But I am telling you that one is where it is going to bring all the problems.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Joseph. And there's something also I'm raising. I heard Muchuri was talking about a situation whereby the police are going to be in a plain clothes. So, you know, that one is going to be quite much difficult to identify whether it's a police or not a police, because if they're in plain clothes, and I don't think that it allows, especially during the election like this, that the police should always be on a plain clothes. So I don't know how they're going to navigate that. And let me take this opportunity to say hi to Wandera, who is saying hi to us. Wandera, thank you so much for joining. Miguda, in a situation whereby the law enforcement officers are going to be in a plain clothes, how will it be quite much easier, especially for even voters to identify that this is a police officer and this is not a police officer? You know, how or even like the oppositions, how will they know?
In terms of security, I've just explained to you what have happened before, and how the law enforcement officers usually operate during elections. They will be very calm during the morning hours, but at around when they are supposed to close the polling station, now we'll see their real colors. And like what I've seen in Kasipul Kabondo, they have deployed more than 900 officers in a mere constituency. So you can look that heavy presence of police officers in a constituency, more than almost 1,000 plus police officers. And I can just say that if we have the plainclothes officers and they were saying that they are going to be given a badge and a tag, so they are going to be identified through a badge and a tag. And when you have a plainclothes officer, that is now where we now get confusion, because and they are insisting that actually they are going to be there. So we don't know how many are they who are going to be on a plainclothes and how many are going to be given different polling station by the distribution of the officers. But that is now left for the law enforcement officer. We as the members of the public, we are only inquiring that if they must be plainclothes officers, because we understand that they must be in uniform for the better identification, and they also should be armed, because even the plainclothes officers are armed. So why do you arm someone who have a plainclothes? What if me, I'm a member of the public, I decided to arm my goons with plainclothes? It can bring confusion, because you would not know who is a goon and who is an officer. So it is very critical for I think National Police Service Commission Act clearly indicates that a officer should be identified through a uniform, a badge, a tag, and armed when they are armed. So when you're bringing a police officer plainclothes in a democratic exercise like this by election, it's going to bring a lot of confusion between the who is who, because maybe, for instance, if I'm having, like I've told you, two of my private officers, I decide to harm them with plainclothes, and they can even decide to act in a manner that they are plainclothes officers and interrupt the process or scare other electorate to come. Who will be liable? We are asking, will the plainclothes officer be liable or my servant? So to that extent, it was very vital for the interior CS to make it very clearly that officers will be identified through their identification, badge, combat, and other things. But what I want to say is that when it comes to the security, their role is very simple. Their role is usually to ensure that they maintain law and order. But they go beyond, they go overboard. You'll find them trying to make people not to access the tallying center. They'll make people not to access the final counting, and they will also tell people to go home. That will be their song for tomorrow, that cast your vote, go home, because they know that you come to protect your vote. But all in all, from what I'm able to understand as a young Kenyan and also someone who has actual experience, like I've told you, me have been a scenario whereby there was a time we saw a police cart supplying ammunition to police officers, and the police officers who were on, actually they were on a police officer uniform, but they decided to raid a certain slum. When they raid that slum, they raped women, they stole some properties, then they scare away people, and also some people died. As you are concentrating on the slum incident, the IBC are busy declaring the obvious candidate of their choice. That's why I'm very much confident, without any fear of contradiction, that tomorrow's exercise has already been plotted, because these people, they have done these things before, and they were not stupid to just sit pretty, pretending that they don't know anything, allowing all electoral practices to take part in these by-elections. Then today they are out. You saw Murkomen today with the boys coming to the camera, very confident. You saw the IBC chairperson very confident. These people, and even the fact that they have deployed more than 900 police officers in a mere constituency, that's a very significant that they are going to have their way. And that's why I told you that most of these by-elections are going to be contested in High Court. And the grounds for them to be nullified will be like the electoral malpractices we have seen, even beyond the timeline for the campaign, as campaigning. But whatever they are plotted, right, the intelligence is now out. That's why you've seen people like Moses Kuri are coming out to speak or to type, because right now we have the intel, and we know exactly that. Just like I told, maybe some people have not been this side of rigging votes. Votes are being rigged in this country. And if you want to know that votes are being rigged, the first sentiment will come from the police sector or the internal security. It will hurt that You cast your ballot, go home. If you hear that sentiment, know that these things are going to be rigged. And let me just tell you one thing concerning security. Of course, we understand that police are neutral as the IBC. But you hear in some instances, the police officers will take sides, whereby they will side with the candidate of the state, and also they will side with the support of the state. If the supporters of the state will be vandalizing properties, or the candidate will be doing other wrong things, they will not even arrest those people. They will only focus on the opposition candidates, what they did to the times when people were doing this election before. So this act of police officers being not impartial is an act that we up to now, as a Kenyan, I think we still have a long way to go. We still need to press and ensure that finally we get it right, so that we can achieve our electoral justice, so that each and every time we're going for election, it should be that the best candidate should win, not that the state choice to win.
All right. All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Migud. And I want to go to the handle, X handle for Murkomen. He said that after security assessment in Kasipul, we headed to Malawa, Chwele Kabuchai for similar exercise. I remain confident that with cooperation, vigilance, respect for the rule of law, tomorrow's by-election will reflect the true will of the people. We have taken comprehensive steps to ensure security, order, and conducive environment for all voters. Our officers are on the ground, fully deployed and ready to ensure the process remains peaceful and transparent. We call upon Kenyans in voting regions to remain calm and uphold peace throughout the electoral period. I equally urge leaders, aspirants, and political actors to exercise responsibility, avoid incitement that could compromise the integrity of the process. The government will not hesitate to take firm action against anyone involved in intimidation, violence, or deployment of goons to disrupt the democratic process. That is according to the CS for Interior, that is Kipchumba Murkomen. And you know, as you've said, concerning now the CS is at least visiting these areas to check and to see whether the deployment or the security measures are taken. But one thing that we still see is the violation of the electoral laws. As you said, that 48 hours, that is usually being placed, that there's no campaign. We still see that campaign taking place and is not talking about that. The IBC is not talking about that. There's also this issue of plainclothes police officers that also raised. There's also that what Malala also raised. With all this in place, and the majority of accusation is going towards the government. Mr. Joseph, do you still have confidence? That is the question that I'm still asking. Do you still have confidence? And let me take also this opportunity to thank Nyamumoja. Let me just read for this Nyamumoja, Joseph, then you can Nyamumoja. At Nyamumoja, Malala just said openly the government is joking. He said there are guns out of use, illegal and legal. He confirmed that they will also employ all means possible, even without government security. And what does, if they're going to do that, what is the recipe?
Okay, thank you. I want to first start with differing from Migudai and telling there is no police who is neutral. Police, they always act upon the orders given by their boss, and we know their boss where he leans. You know, the person who is always giving the commands to the boss. Initially, we were supposed to have an independent national police service, but the police service we have even is worse than the one which was there before. It is button controlled by the government, like like toys, so they can just press them the way they want. So there is no security officers who are there to give security to everybody. They are there because the government has called them to be there, and they are there so that the government can be able to use them, so that they can be able to go to do the things that they want to do. So I don't trust any police officer will be there to guard anybody. They are just there to put the interest of the state. And then to come to IEBC, Brother Benson, I don't trust anything that they are going to do. I don't trust anything, because the moment that you saw these guys, today morning I was listening to a conversation by Wakili Willis Otieno. I don't know if he's senior counsel. I was listening to him today in the morning, senior counsel Willis Otieno. And he was talking about how Kenyans don't know about their elections. They know nothing about their elections. To start with, we don't know even that the vote ends at the constituency level. We don't even know that. It ends in the constituency level, that it needs somebody to go to the High Court to seek orders that the vote to be ending in the county constituency level. In the minor Kiai Nini that he brought about IEBC, and the things that he had brought, the recommendation that he had brought, he had brought a recommendation that all vote should end in the constituency, and all votes, even the presidential level, all of them should end in the constituency. And in the constitution, it says that the only returning officer in these elections are the ones who are in the constituency. The other one, who is called a chairman, the chairman of IEBC, is nothing more than a chairman. His work is just to read what has been brought to him, and what has been brought to him should be counted in the constituency level, and he's already finished. His work is just to compile. And when he's compiling, even people can be having a very easy task to vote and know who is leading in these elections. So I'm thinking of a scenario where we have tomorrow a place like Mbeere North, where we have 4 polling stations. I think there are 4 or there are 5. I don't remember how many polling stations they have. But those polling stations, they all have presiding officers. But after that, you hear that they are saying there is going to be a national tallying center in Siakago. So how do you interpret that tallying center in Siakago? Does it not seem like the same tallying center like the national tallying center in Bomas? It feels the same cooked things. And IEBC is doing this remedy. Every time they don't want to remedy what is ailing us. The problem with our election is not that because that we have bad electoral laws. It is because we don't follow the elections as they are supposed to be done in the Constitution of Kenya. The Constitution of Kenya stipulates very well how elections are supposed to be done. But the same IEBC are the ones who are taking people who are taking them to court. They are going to appeal that they are supposed to be involved in all this election. I saw Akina Marjan and the other team, and they have been told they are going to still to be there. What are they doing there? If they were supposed to check out the material, if they are verifiable and they're supposed to get out of there. They are not supposed to be in those by-elections by now. The by-election is supposed to be headed by the returning officer. Their work even is not right now. We have very simple means to send the forms if they need the forms. No need to take them by car. I don't know, by wanapeleka na lori ama wanapeleka nani to Nairobi. There is very simple means. You can just fax it to the and when you could listen to senior counsel Willis said, I learned that I don't know about our election laws. And that is the major issue that is happening in our country. And that one is what is ailing us. And it is ailing the thing called IEBC. That's why people are calling it a monster, because it is a monster who does not understand that they are supposed to give us credible elections. And it's not that they are supposed, there is a must they give us credible elections. We are the ones who pay them. We are paying them every single day, every single month, every single year. Even when there is no election, so that they can be able to prepare. Then they come and tell us, brother, they cannot be able to prepare for a by-election. So what about the general election, which is going to come in 2027? What are they going to tell us about if they have not prepared for a single by-election? So to answer you about Murkomen, there is nothing I can believe that is coming from this government, same as Murkomen. When he first said that that Gachagua, they were trying to prevent the war, we could see clearly there was goons who were sent and they wanted to harm Gachagua. What was the tear gas for? All of it and the shooting. When you hear this guy talking, sometimes it's very funny. He said that even Nani is called who? Natembeya was trying to shoot himself. Have you ever had such a psycho? You know, it might be I'm a psycho that I want even to shoot myself, and I'm not going even to. When I die, is imeisha. So it's hoodwinking Kenyans. And when he says that people should vote and go home, so do you mean even the agents should go home, or what do you mean? Do you mean everybody should go home and they leave the police and the IABC and the government to do what they do? And this one is going to be a war tomorrow. If they are going to they are taking the war to Mbere and to the other constituencies, and it is going to be war tomorrow. Because those people, I heard even Gachagua telling the news reporters, kesho mjitayarishe mvae viatu za raba juu haitakuwa rahisi. So I'm also advising people who are going to go wavae viatu za raba kwa sababu and I don't think Embu kesho hata Fadhadana kwa hapo sidhani kutakalika. Embu akutakalika kesho jioni. Itakuwa it is running battles because Mbere where it is not very far from where Embu is town. Is si mbali vile. It's just some kilometers but si mbali. So IEBC should just do the right thing, because if they don't do the right thing right now, brother Benson, even maybe those commissioners might it is going to be chaos because we still have 2 more years or 1.5 years. So what are they going to be doing if they cannot deliver even credible by-elections? It will be a problem. It will be a problem in this country.
Okay, to close up on now the IEBC is one thing that even from the initial stages when the staffs, especially the commissioners, were being interviewed and they were given those positions. Yesterday, you saw what the Standard, the media, that the paper gave. That web of circles of how those who are employed are connected in a way with some of the political elite. That one alone tells you that you cannot offer credible election, because your first priority, you will have to serve the master of somebody who has given you a job. They're the people who will be calling shots. And that one has always been about our IEBC. Because remember, if you look at every reforms that people have tried to do, especially even in the IEBC, there's one place that they've not done the reform. The reform is all about the people who are being employed, the commissioners. There you find that there must be that back and forth of the leaders. And why is that one so? It's because they want somebody who is going to be there to take care of their interest. If you look at what happened even in the election of 2022, where the commissioners did not agree, you could see that there was division amongst themselves, that those who are supporting the Azimio and those who are supporting the government. And those who are supporting Azimio said that the results that were announced were not true finding of the people. And now you ask yourself, what about as a voter? Because your vote counts, and somebody who should be in charge of that, you're about to make sure that it counts, is the IEBC. So what about that lady or that woman, or old lady in Garissa, or in Turkana, or in those remote part areas of Kenya who have gone to vote, and then their votes are not taken care of? Do you still look at, okay, your masters just, you have to do that? So that is something that is going to happen, and I don't think it's going to end soon. Remember, even in this, there's so many questions that have been asked about the candidate, especially for UDA. First of all, there was that change of name. That was a question. Then there's also this issue of corruption allegation that he has, including the ACC, the Anti-Corruption Commission wrote a letter to the IEBC telling them that here is a red flag, but still they go ahead to clear him. And they were saying, I quote, they were saying that there was that call from above. There was some source of power from above. So it means the IEBC, those who are there, they're not there to serve the interests of the Kenyan people. No, they are there to serve the interest of the political elite. So in paper, their constitution, they have powers. The constitution gives them powers in paper. But when it comes to real issues, in the reality, I don't think that that one works. So to me, I can still believe that I don't think that they can offer that credible election with all this what has happened. Even after the 48 hours, we still see campaign going on. We still see the women rep for Busia distributing, I mean for Kakamega, distributing stuff, to the people of Malava. Yeah, she did not distribute it to a whole Kakamega. And the people that you're distributing to, then first of all, there's no disasters that have, you know, has been announced or has been declared in that such people of Malava, there's that happened. We still see the cabinet secretary, the interior, still giving employment, on the rally. So that one is and they're not talking about. So that are some of the things that. But now let's forget about the IBC and let's go to the Western Kenya, and we are looking towards this in 2027, because if you see what is happening to Natembeya is a governor, and for sure, governor has to have security. If the CS felt, or the national police felt, that the police officers that were assigned to Natembeya were engaged in misuse of fire, I think it could have been okay if you withdraw those. You can even replace those police officers. At least make sure that he has security based on the portfolio that is handling in the country. But a situation whereby you withdraw, then you don't give him any security, and you say that the investigation is still going on. This is the kind of politics we've always seen. It happened even with President William Ruto. Remember when he was a deputy, when the Matiang'i was in charge, his security was scaled down. What was this about? It was about the political interest. I think it's for intimidation. So maybe to look at it, how does this one reflect? We saw what happened to Natembeya during the Kabuchai, and now you're being told like the police misuse. Were they the ones that are from Natembeya or Alwale? That is the question that. But who, and what about the goons? What about the goons? Does it mean that it was quite much easier for the police to identify the police officers who misuse their firearms? But what about the goons who did all those acts? The police officers still doing investigation on them. So those are the questions that we are asking. To start with you, Miguda, what can you say about that?
Okay. I can just say today also we receive a news that the security of Trans Nzoia governor has been withdrawn, and also the security of the Boni Alwale Senate has been withdrawn. These are not news in this country, because anybody who is thorn in the flesh of government, they usually intimidate them. But we understand that before you make a decision that you want to fight for the people, you must be ready for anything. So I'm glad that even if the security has been withdrawn, the two gentlemen have already decided that come what may, they must defend the popular will of the people. That's a very good move, because anytime we are going to war, we must be ready. And if you know you can't go to war, allow those people to go. So I'm very much confident that they are not afraid anymore. But the reason is, to me, from my understanding, because as we have been in that part whereby our preferred members of parliament and our preferred candidates, their security has been withdrawn or scaled down, what we later understand is that, the good thing with this government is that they're just using the old tactics. So it's very easy to predict what they're going to do. That's why we are very confident that tomorrow they are going to rig these elections, because if you had the CS interior sentiments alone, that's a sure bet that these elections are going to be rigged. You don't need to do much investigation. The sentiments are a clear indication that the government is ready to rig this election. So when you see them withdrawing the security for the governor and senator, what I understand, two things. One, they are plotting to arrest them tomorrow. So maybe they have tried to engage the securities, but the securities have declined to cooperate.
Yeah.
because you had what Mukame said that we have not only withdrawn them, but we are going to take action to them, and if we find anything contrary to our standing orders of the police officers, we are going to fire them. Those are threats. They are telling the officers because the officers are used to comply. Now, because they were supposed to deliver Natembeya and Alubale, but they never delivered them, so they are not cooperating. So they are likely to arrest them tomorrow if they can get them, or they are likely to use civilians to attack them.
So you are saying that they were supposed to arrest Natembeya and did I not hear you well?
Yeah, they were supposed to be arrested, but their officers declined to comply. Now they have to withdraw them.
What was the reason for the arrest?
Like I've told you before, they can just arrest you to ensure that you are under detention until we conclude our exercise, because they don't have your presence into the election.
Who are you talking about? The police officers? I can try to give an information there to Miguda.
Yeah,
not officers. Two gentlemen, Natembeya and Alwali.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was thinking.
Oh, okay. All right. That is something that we will follow. But maybe Joseph, what has really happened to Natembeya and Alwale? It is not something that is very new. We've seen this one with even during the time Raila at one point his security was withdrawn. Provided that you are opposing the government or something happened like what happened in Kabuchai. So will this one change the outcome of the elections, especially if you're looking at Malava and you're looking at Kabuchai? And if their security was withdrawn, what about the opponent that they were? Because this was something that they were not doing by themselves. There was to be an opponent. And what have you done to the opponent?
Now that one you need to ask to at Murkomen, because Murkomen only sees one side. I think his mono-eyed. He only sees one side. He does not see the other side. So you'll see him talking about how the United Opposition has been. They need to arrest them. They have been conducting, I don't know, chaos. But you will not see them in the other side saying even the other part condemning. But it's okay. We know it is government, and is a must they do that. Murkomen once came and said that there's a day he came in Bunge, in Senate, when he was a senator, and said that power is transient, and was very angry because that one was happening at his now new president of new boss Ruto. It was happening to him at that time. So I think nguki kwa nguruwe ni chungu. So I think power is transient. They did it they did it in 2021. Uhuru and the team, the police officers at that time, they tried to remove bodyguards for these certain MPs. This is things that have been seen all through. It's just a tired mechanism. There is some things that make you just tired. They are just tired mechanism of somebody who is feeling threatened by a group of people who have come together to say that your leadership is wrong. But let me tell them, you're doing that and you're harming your campaigner, your campaign candidate further. When you seem like you're going to threaten these guys, people just wake up and say, we are tired of your shenanigans and your stupid rhetorics of bringing police officers and removing them and arresting. First, if they arrest these guys tomorrow morning, or they say that night, Karwale said they are saying they arrest him at night today. And they say that they can go to his home. He's direct in his home, or he's in a hotel for, I think his name was Shoita Shitanda. I think he said he's in his hotel, so they can go for him. If there's something they can do wrong to the candidate or to their candidate, is hurting at this time, because people will get angry now and they come and vote in numbers now to teach them a lesson. So let the president know that these old tricks that he's teaching, they are not working. They are not truly working. They are just seems a kick of a dying horse, and it's looking bad on him. He should stop all these shenanigans. Let them go for the campaigns and see if they are. That is what is happening in Uganda. If you see in Uganda, Bobby Wine is having a very hard time. He's being followed by policemen, almost 1,000. So when I look at those things, I remember Rigathi Gachagua being blocked by 1,000, and I wonder, are we becoming now the dictatorial state? Today I heard Pasali saying it's better a dictator, benevolent dictator, than democracy. I wondered, man, if this is what you have reached to. I don't want to hear that bunge talking anymore.
Okay, thank you so much. Miguda, let's say that with all that intimidation maybe that is coming, that maybe the opposition are experiencing, and they end up winning, especially Malava and Bere, what does it one mean for the 2027 general election in terms of how they will, especially the IEBC, will carry out themselves, and even the law enforcement agencies? What does it one mean for them in 2027? With all the intimidation, then they win. And with all the intimidation, when they lose some of these highly contested by-elections? Hello, Miguda, are you there? All right, Mikuda is not there. So, Joseph, maybe you look at it in terms of the 2027, because all this what is happening, because like the other day, I told you for once, especially from Bere, leave about Malava, because Malava constituency, it was a natural death that occurred, but Bere was a creation. To me, I will say that the Bere to me was a creation of the president, especially to test the popularity, that is one, for his popularity in Mount Kenya, and again to test the capacity of Kithure Kindiki, if Kithure Kindiki can deliver in any election. Yeah, and that is the test. Just in case with all this, what is happening, in the event that they win, Joseph, or in the event that they lose, yeah, what they lose this election, what will happen again to the president, especially the president? What will happen to him? To what will happen to Kindiki? Because this is his examination that he has to deliver for the president, especially for Kindiki.
Yes, thank you. We have been tackling this issue, and I told you there is one certain thing I know. Hapa kuna mtu atatairishwa kisiasa. I told you like that. There is either Rigathi atatairishwa ama ni Kindiki who will be tairishwa. Now it depends with the magnitude of vile utatairishwa. Rigathi Gachagua hawezi tairika pahali pengine. Already he was removed as the deputy president. So the one who will see fire in that arrangement is Kindiki. Because you cannot tell me that you have even been, we have given you all the machinery we can, even the police and everything, and you still have gone and you are beaten. That is the place that now it will get tricky. It will get tricky for even Kindiki. Even I told you, even this lady called Barine. Mm-hmm. You hear the arrangements that are going to come there. You hear the reshuffles that are going to come. Even in UDA, she is going to be removed. The party chair lady. She will be removed. Chairperson, she will be removed, and there is nothing they'll do, because Ruto does not. Ruto does. If there is one thing I've known about Ruto, if you're not giving him anything, he's going to cut you off. He always cuts somebody off, and that is what is going to likely happen to Cecily Barine. Rocco is still on a hot plate because that one was his constituency. So if he cannot deliver his constituency, what can he come and say to William Ruto? Where else can he deliver if you cannot deliver in your own constituency? Kithure Kindiki, in the other hand, they have been trying to play the politics of Mount Kenya East versus West. So if it does not go his way, he's going to tell Ruto how you are going to get votes from Mount Kenya East. How are we arranging Mount Kenya East and you cannot even get votes? It seems like they are talking in one spirit. So there is, in terms of the losses, I see a magnitude of losses too much coming in the side of of the president, the people supporting the UDA government. Because Kashago, even if he's won, he can come and say that they use all the machinery and everything, and they did those kind of stuff, and they even try to bully us and steal even the votes. But now we need also to see if he's saying that he's the guy who is in there, and he's the one who is saying that he's the controller or the kingpin. We need to see him step up a bit. If he's going to win that, it's going to show him. It's going to show him as a major force to reckon with in Mount Kenya. And if you had somebody called Gojiri Wagogo, it's not that I like listening to them. You know, when you're going through, you always see these clips or something when they have written. And I saw Gojiri Wagogo saying that kama Gachagua atashinda hiyo kiti ya Mbeere North, hata kusema Karis, na kusema Newton Karish alisema kama Gachagua atashinda hiyo kiti ya Mbeere North, watakaliwa vile hawajaikaliwa. That is what he said. I hope you can look at the comment he made. Alisema watakaliwa vile hawajaikaliwa na wanaomba sana, wanaomba hata Mungu kwa magoti Gachagua ashinde hiyo election.
Ashinde ama ashinde?
Akishinda, pole, akishinda akishinda hiyo by election watakaliwa vile hawajaikaliwa. So I think he's on the knees today, and I think he went for a kesha. Akomkesha leo.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Joseph. As we speak today, I can get some notification right here that all the election materials has been distributed in all the constituency, including Malava and Mbeere North, Kasipul, Kabondo, with a lot of heavy police presence in Agorosare, that is in Kasipul, Kabondo, is somewhere also, has a history of violence. And so we are going to monitor it too. And despite we are looking at who is going to win, but also we have to look at how the agencies themselves are prepared to handle the situation in Kasipul Kabondo, bearing the history that they have when it comes to election and political violence. And now let's come to Western Kenya, because there's arithmetic that is taking place here in Western Kenya, especially when you see the growth of Natembeya and the growth of Natembeya coming up with a Dawe movement. And, Western Kenya is one of the rich areas of votes, and the influence of Natembeya also is cutting across that one of Moses Wetangula. And do you think this is what is making the intimidation of Natembeya? Because they're looking at you kind of like destabilizing the influence of Wetangula and also the influence of the president coming 2027, because these are the regions that he's looking at, is so much focus on. Mr. Miguda.
Okay, I don't think you can do much with the law enforcement officers to reduce someone's influence in the region, because the strength of politics is the people. Once you have the people, good to go. If you can have the people by your side, then even if they bring all those, like I've told you, this politics, and if you mean well for your people, you must be ready to serve them in whatever capacity. There are some leaders who are previously were arrested, detained without trial, and even some were exiled, and some were even killed. So that's politics for you. And the people who were killed, let me just even cite for example, if you look at the Piogama Pinto, Jem Karaoke, those were people who they were speaking the exact mind of the people like Thomas Joseph Mboya. So if you're in that caliber of a person and you have decided dedication to advocate for the people's right, me, I don't see anything. Like this issue of withdrawal security, arrest, detention, exile, those are normal in politics. So if you see them trying to reduce the popularity of Natembeya in the region through intimidation, tear gas, withdrawal security, to me, I can just say they are only doing good to him. And whenever he should be celebrating, because he can as well play that sympathy, because it will be like, I'm just one person. They have deployed the all state machinery towards me. The people will wonder how powerful are you? Because in history, no one has ever trembled Wetangula like what Natembeya is doing in Western region. And Natembeya is having a synergy and energy with the new generation of thinking. So I think, to me, it's a very good thing politically, because if Natembeya could be a nobody, they could have not do whatever. Why can't they do those things to or to Fernandez Baraza? Why can't they do those things even to a Service Emu? It is because Natembeya is the man to watch. And me, I like it when the government is hunting you, because they don't sleep. You are giving them sleepless night. It's a good thing, because what if, look at, we are going to a campaign in 2027, and Ruto is going to have a free Western, whereby he's just going to sweep the entire Western without struggle. No, that's not the case. You need to have people on the ground who are opposed to his bad governance. And if you see people like Natembeya have come out to an extent of sacrifice their life, it's not easy, because we have leaders in the region, but they have decided to do so because they love their people. So to me, I can just say that Natembeya should soldier on, and Wetangula and Mudavadi also should learn that, not Mudavadi, Wetangula. Even if you are using the state machinery to intimidate your opponent, you will not be there forever, because as our good friend, Senior Counsel James Orengo said in the August House, that revolutionaries, it's their own people, and also government is their own people. It is true. Today they will elevate you, you look big, they are just fattening you for the right time, and they will deal with you at the appropriate time. But all in all, I can just say, Western politics, there's a new dawn in Western politics, and it's a new dawn, and people are struggling to counter that new dawn through state violence. That is what the people like Wetangula are using to ensure that they reduce that influence through state violence. But that will not help much, because we have seen many cases whereby if you apply the state violence against the popular to the people, the state will always lose. And that's why I told they are still applying all tactics to maneuver through the current and developing politics of the century. And in Western region, to me, I can just say I understand them very well, because most of them right now, they are trying to have what we call self-determination as a people of Western region. They are trying to determine themselves, we, the people of Western region, how can we advocate for our recognition as a people in this country? Because it's like there are some two people taking advantage of our population at the highest table and eating, while the rest of the people are suffering. So why can't we move as a people to determine ourselves? Therefore, we can bring the change in our country, and we can go ahead with like-minded people to ensure that we advocate for the rights of the people of Kenya. Generally, in Western, there's a problem, because even that Western alone, Raila could beat Wetangula and Mudavadi. Raila was an outsider. What about in the absence of Raila? It means that now the people of Western can decide to be there. But anybody who can speak their language or who can advocate for their grievances is the highest bidder. And when you see Natembeya also becoming very tough for people like Wetangula and the state, it's never easy, because we know these people. They will do anything humanly possible to lock you down. It only need some few men like Natembeya to face the state. What Gachagua is doing in Mount Kenya. You know, it's never easy for Gachagua in Mount Kenya. That's why today they are trying to intimidate him. And that's why if you heard him saying that he was advised to wear bulletproof because of anything. And let me tell you, these Gachagua statements and Natembeya statements, they are not light statements. Because these people actually, they can kill you. They can hire people to kill you. And if you see the people we are waking up in the morning, we are finding them very safe. We should just appreciate God. But all in all, Brother Ben, I want to say that change is never easy. Change, you must need struggle. And if some men have come in front trying to assist the people to bring the change, what we need to do as the people, we should support them, because once we are behind them. You know, when we are many as a people, we have the strength, because the state is not that big, because we are more than the police officers. We are more than the military. So if we can focus and support the people who have come so that we can forge on agenda, we can definitely, because there's a joke here going on. If you can listen to what Murkomen was saying in the press in previous years, simply lying on the press, and he knows very well in the back of his mind that actually they are plotted to rig, but in the face of camera, that lie. So we don't need to have such people in office. We don't need to have such people as the state officers, because why do you lie to the state? Why do you lie to the public? And even, we were watching, I was somewhere during the midday. I was in a certain restaurant. We were watching the certain old people. We were like, I was having a Muslim brother and old mzee and a certain young man. They all responded that, hii washaiba, ona vile ameongea. So if the old people can exactly predict what is going to happen tomorrow, what about the younger people? So the Western issue, to me, I can just say that it's time, because a change is as good as a rest, and you cannot dance for the entire lifetime. Just like in the region where I'm coming from, right now, people have mourned. People have also conveyed their heartfelt condolences, and people have been in solidarity with the family. But all in all, people are now singing freedom, because we are no longer going to be electing those people who have been appointed by somebody. People are going to elect you based on how you relate with the constituents, based on how you relate with the electorate, based on your manifesto, based on your agenda, based on how you are coping with me. But there was a time in our region whereby somebody could just be in the August House for 4 years, then is coming 6 months nomination because Baba Alisema is going to be elected. But if you go to his, even in the Hansard, he has not even uttered a single word into the house. So we are at the same time, we have won, but also the right part of it that finally freedom has come politically. And that's why you have seen people not following such people. Maybe someone is coming and I'm the chairperson. Chairperson of who? The only person we respected and the only person we paid allegiance was Raila Odinga. Once he's gone, everybody must start afresh. And even that's what's going to happen to the Western region. Once Raila is no longer influencing the Western region vote block, people must start afresh, and people must now decide for what we call self-determination. How do you determine yourself as a people? How do you go to the national bargain as a people? Because all in all, you must be united from a certain point. That's when you can go to unite with that nation. Because the future of this country, whether you like it or don't like it, is the coalition. There is no way you can do it single, like a region that we, the Maasai, we are going it alone. No, you must have coalitions going forward. So how do you have coalition? You must unite as a people. So to me, anybody who is delaying the Western dream is my enemy. But anybody who is expeditiously making the Western dream to come reality is my friend. So to me, I support Natembeya and the teams. But there are also some people in Natembeya's team who are also seeing William Ruto at night, but at the daytime they're working with Natembeya. So you should also identify it.
All right.
Brother Benson.
Yes, sir.
Before anything else, I want to give you updates. You know, right now we are receiving updates from everywhere. Rigathi Gachagua has just posted that Douglas Makonde, the candidate for DCP in Narok, has just been invaded. His home has just been invaded by goons, and they have stormed and broken the cars. I've seen them right now. I've just seen them because I was, and Kindiki, it's called Gachagua has posted in his official page.
That is
and
Facebook.
in Facebook, his official Facebook, he has just posted. But I've just seen some pictures from a media, which is a Kikuyu media. They have just posted that the vehicles have been damaged, and you could see plastic chairs broken, and you could see some tear gases, canisters all around. So I'm telling you, we are in for a rude night. This night will be, I'm telling you, this night will be a very difficult one. You'll be receiving, I think Dana said is an hour ago. I think I have just seen it now. Maybe they were showing the photos now. But it will be a very tough night, the whole of tonight till tomorrow morning. Because I know there is going to be some arrest. I can feel it in my gut. that there's
Okay.
going to be arrest of even Boni Alwale. Either those Boni Alwale, Natembeya, Malala, I'm feeling.
Okay,
Because
let me.
even Seth Panyako has said his life is in danger now.
All right, I'm seeing at 48 minutes ago. This is what 48 minutes ago at I'm now without a iota of doubt persuaded that this regime has gone mad and has lost its moral compass. This is his. I don't know. I'm trying to look at his page here. The one that I have. Oh, was it in the tweet?
This is in Facebook. His page always has a blue tick. If you want to know the page is verifiable, it always has a like a star with a blue tick.
Yeah, and he has like 872K followers.
Let me check.
Right.
I think 9.8K. What I'm seeing in my you're looking at him in Facebook.
Yep.
Yeah, he always has he's seated on a red the chairs red in color.
Yeah, and on the background is facing the mountain.
Let me see. 1 minute, please. Yeah. You can hear me?
Yeah, I can
Yes,
hear you.
yes. Yes,
Okay.
that one is the verifiable.
Let me just. Okay, I'm now without. Okay, I read that. Throwing caution to the wind, heavily armed police officers and state-sponsored militia have stormed the home of our DCP candidate on Douglas Moxikonde in Narok Town and violently attacked him and his agents who were undergoing training. It is now clear that the plans to stuff ballot papers are complete and our agents are being intimidated to subvert the sovereign will of the people. This is an attempt to deny the people of Narok Town their constitutional right to elect candidate of their choice and to force the UDA candidate upon them. I appeal to the Narok people town to stay calm and turn out to vote despite the yeah that's despite many hurdles being placed on our way. So that is according to Rigathi Gachagua handle like 15 minutes ago. So that is also developing issue. But now
You know what there is something that Brother Ben has said that and remember Ruto is out of the country. You know one thing that happened, you know me, I always feel something and I always watu wanasemanga si ni kama semagi kitu. I always I went to Facebook and I pointed out when they said Ruto has left the country, and I said that maybe he's leaving the country because he knows what is going to happen next. Because you see, even at the time there was an invasion of Uhuru Kenyatta farmland and Northlands, and there was an invasion for the late Raila Odinga company Spectra. Ruto flew out of the country. And anytime there is going to be something like this, which has this become attention, he always flies out of the country. And I'm telling you, I don't feel in my gut. I don't feel something good coming.
Okay, let me just go to the X space. At least we can get something here. And I also have like somewhere that I usually get the briefings. But a lot is going to go on, and that's why like yesterday. Remember yesterday when we were having this kind of discussion about what is going to happen in this by-election is a rehearsal for 2027, because if by any chance that these by-elections are not going to be handled with a lot of seriousness and with giving the outcome and the reflection of the people, it tells you what is going to happen in 2027, because this is a rehearsal. And when we were looking at it yesterday, we looked at so many areas. First of all, we look at the security agencies. How are you going to handle this election? How are you going to handle this election? If you handle it well, then you will convince the people that in 2027 it matters of security. Then people are going to be convinced. That is one. Two, it also boils down to the political class. How are you going to handle this election? If you handle this well, and when we are talking about the political class, we're not only talking about the political class that are aligned to the government, we are also talking about the political class that are in the opposition. How are you going to handle yourself? you know, and how are you going to handle yourself, how are you going to do your campaigns, you know, everything that they are going to do is a reflection, is a rehearsal for 2027. Again, it coming to now the referees that are in charge of making sure that the due process is followed, especially during this election. And from the look of things, without reasonable doubt, to me, I feel for a fact that to some extent, the IBC that are in place today, I cannot give them, I can even give them 2/10 based on what has happened, on how they've carried out themselves. Because this is from the time, the due process, especially when to declare or when to clear a person to run for uh, an elective seat. You've gotten a letter. What happens? You still go ahead, despite the evidence, documentation that you have that say that this person is a red flag. That is one. Secondly, even after 48 hours that has been given by the election, that 48 hours you should not go on campaign, we still see people lining up are being given what tokenism to sway their thinking on how they should vote. So for that, because like I would expect the IBC to summon, especially those who are doing those activities. The only time we saw that was when the members of Kasipul Kabondo, the Rocco and Boyd Were were charged like 1 million um, for the violence that happened. But that one was not enough, you know.
Brother Benson,
Yeah.
you know, even I think you're becoming very lenient on these guys. You're giving them 2%. The IEBC, you're giving them 2/10. Me,
Yeah.
I can never give them anything. I think they are 0/10. And
Yeah.
as we are talking, Seth Panyako house has been raided. So we are going to continue taking updates.
Where,
But
where, where, where is that one at?
I received from our media, there is a media in Kikuyu, we always receive the news, and that one is credible media. I know if I tell you that.
Mhm.
It has been
Okay,
invaded.
let me go somewhere here.
So I was saying you're very generous, Brother Benson, you're giving them. I think I'm taking all the time. Miguda is not talking. Very sorry, my brother Miguda. I'm saying giving them a 2 is, it's even you're generous, Brother Benson. I can never give, maybe you give them a 1 because of bringing the materials for election. And even we don't know if they have been tampered with. So, IEBC, this IEBC is even bad than the one which we had for Wafula Chebukati. This one even has become worse because you see they are clearly even defending themselves even before they have started anything. Why do you need to defend yourself even before you have started any work in those offices?
Yep.
And then one more thing that makes me angry. These guys, they have had how many months? When were they vetted? They were vetted when, Brother Benson, on April or May? I think they were vetted on May is when they entered those offices. Till now, they cannot give us an election which is a very good election in terms of people of the eyes of the people. We have so much cases that are going through. We hear even they are saying that maybe they will be having problems even with the national election in next year. So these guys, are they truly serious when they tell us that they cannot give us free and credible elections? And they have been there in the office for more than four months. So it means if they cannot do a simple by elections, it means for the next general election, they cannot, because they'll only be having around 12 months. They'll be having only 12 months before you enter campaigns. So for me, Brother Benson, you're giving them too much generosity. Me, I think I can give them even not a 1, a half, because of bringing the materials and make sure that kuna watu wanaweza simamia elections but hata hizo elections vile zinaenda kusimamia, we don't know. These guys, they seemed, some of them seem party lines. Yesterday I saw some people talking about Malava. There was a manager for elections, the name was Rono. People walikuwa na shida sana, watu walikuwa wameleta shida sana jana. So I was checking.
Okay, this is I'm on Facebook. Miguda, before you come in, I'm on Facebook, and this is what Seth Panyako Livondo he's accusing the president here. This is, I quote Livondo, I quote Seth Panyako. This is his Facebook page. He's not verified. I don't know whether this is his Facebook page. Can you Miguda or Joseph, can you check his Facebook page, because I'm seeing here in his
Who sells Panyako?
yeah, is written as Hon Seth Kaku Panyako. He has 57K followers, and he's some 31 minutes ago here. I quote, "Livondo and William Ruto sent you to kill me. I thank God that I trust the only mistake I made was to make Ruto president." Ki, ki, Kideke inside press. Then there's also another one. He posted like 1 hour ago. Ruto is trying to kill me right now. That is Seth Panyako. I quote him. Livondo at Donhill trying to assassinate me. That is 1 hour ago. Police planning to raid the Downhill Hotel Kiberengu. So those are like 4 hours ago. So he has been posting so much on his social media, and I don't know, just confirm whether this is his page. Walk away from people who put you up. That is his profile page. So there's so much that is going on tomorrow when we wake up. That is Seth Panyako. You can also check with his Facebook page. Honorable Seth Panyako is one of the leaders who are vying for that seat for Malava, Seth Panyako. Just check on his page. He's not verified, but like there are quite a number of things that he has done. Let me just go to Twitter page also. There's so many things that I could read on it. If sometimes you have to verify. Let me go on the tweet. So when you go to Professor TV, Mr. Miguda, this is what the United Opposition candidate in Malava, I quote, this is I think that, yeah, the same thing. So it seems to be that could be the Panyako. So Miguda, when you look at all this is happening and the violence that we are seeing, especially in our election, and this is what we've been experiencing each and every day, anytime we have like election, the violence, and people talk about it, we still have the security officers that are in place, and nothing has really changed. So where are we headed, Mr. Miguda?
Yeah. Thank you, Brother Benson. Someone has also commented on your phone, the phone you are using. And also, you have a nice phone. That time I was with you, I was having that phone on my hand, and I also had the similar opinion. So it is true. I've been commenting about it even when we are offline. And I had
Thank you so much, everyone. Who commented that? Thank you so much for that. Actually,
you know what? When I was with you, I told you about that phone. Now you have realized it's true. The phone is so.
This is Motorola.
It's a good one.
It's a Motorola. Thank you so much, and thank you so much. I did not see that. Sorry for not seeing it. Yeah,
okay, so I just want to say, the good thing is that some of us have this intent that we have been privy to them, and before we have also been victims of the same. So the part of it is that we understand. The good thing is that we know everything. If we know what to do. We understand that in election process, law enforcement officers, their duty is to maintain law and order. I see their duty is to conduct election. Electors are just to cast their ballot. Then we call it a day. But now the state is complicating everything, and that's why when we were watching more comment today around midday, we were very able to predict everything. And in which context you find a law enforcement body which is supposed to maintain law and order harassing the candidate, whether it's in opposition or not opposition? Why do you harass a candidate in an electoral exercise? Intimidation, raiding their homes. They are not maintaining law and order. And even the purpose for deploying more than 1,000 police officers per constituency is just to cause violence. This is going to cause violence. These people are dangerous. These people are dangerous. The UDA regime. These people they are thugs. They are very dangerous people, and this is how they want to deal with Kenyans. But what I understand, they are going to rig this election. That's a fact. But they might not get away with it as a people. And if this is what they are plotting in 2027, it's good. They have reflected to the people. So it's high time for people also to roll their sleeves and shows answer that they are dealing with the person, Mr. President, as one character. He usually use people, but he's the person behind everything. The way he used to, tell Gachagua to speak about shares, but actually is the architect of the shares. And remember, even when they were with the late Raila Odinga, we have the intel that he was the one pushing Raila the issue of NGCDF so that they can have more money at the where considered person that can use that. So all in all, what I'm trying to say is that let me conclude. I'm concluding. I don't want to get it, but what I'm trying to say that he usually use somebody to do something for him, then he's not on the scene. But like right now, Murkomen will be used, the chairperson will be used, officers will be used. So anytime he's not blamed. People will blame officers, people will blame police, people will blame Murkomen, people will blame the chairperson, but the guy is there. And that's why he likes Mbadi, because he's using him. Anyway, that's what I have for you.
All right, thank you so much. Let me just play this a little bit. I don't know whether you can hear it. This is I think this is one of the guys who are on the other side, and from who went to Panyako's follow us, and he was beaten up. So, and this one still comes to political violence, whereby sometimes we risk so much for the politicians to an extent whereby you risk your life and go somewhere that you know it is very risky. At the end of the day, you will be beaten up. After you being beaten up, and that will be the end of you. Okay, now there's also something that is quite much interesting, and I ought to have started with it. And this one will be tied, especially, we will talk about the Kasipul Kabondo. The family of the late Albert Ojwang demand arrest of Eliud Lagat. And this one was carried in one of the papers, and remember how the issue about Albert Ojwang, was handled, including extent whereby the Homa Bay governor went ahead and decided in the construction of the house of the Ojwang's father. And now the family of late, now they are coming back. What could have happened? Because we thought everything with the yes, Brother Ben, Malava and Mbere North will be total chaos. Why did we have total chaos? The chaos is coming from opposition or from the government, and if so, why would they? So let's look at it. Maybe Joseph, what do you think has happened now? The family are now coming out, knowing very well that people like is it Talam? They were charged with some other officers, and the case is still going on the courts that we will not talk about. But now this is a fresh demand again. The family is now demanding for arrest of DIG Lagat.
Thank you, Brother Benson, for that question. I think the father of Ojwang, you're talking about the father of Ojwang, no?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think when people wanted to fight for the justice of his child, he backed down, and that is where the true problem came out. Because people were totally ready, even the Gen Zs were totally ready to fight for the justice of his son. But what happened? This Mzee, it seemed like he wanted to. I don't blame him. Maybe he saw now my son is gone. What else can I do? But in the eyes of people, Brother Benson, they judge you and they vindicate you at the court, and they vindicate and they send a very strong verdict about this man, and they say that it was all he went for money instead of the kid. So I think the problem is now when he's trying to look for justice, now he cannot find it, because when it was hot is when he could have found the justice. Right now he cannot find the justice because nobody will pay attention. If it was at that time, people were still demonstrating and asking about the action for this child. And the Mzee said that let's leave these whole things and let my son rest. So I really wonder what next now. What has made him change his mind? But I don't think right now he has an upper hand. Right now he needs to do what the government will tell him. He does not have any upper hand in that. There is nothing he can do because even if you go to court, you cannot prove that Lagat was there. You see, that's the issue. That's the issue. But if you had this, it's called what? This public outcry, Lagat could have gone. But now when he showed that people that hakuna kitu tunaweza chana hii story, wacha mtoto apumzike. People just say they let the son rest in peace, and they let the family rest in peace. So that is the issue. That's the real issue. Now mzee to get justice hapo itakuwa noma, sitakudanganya. Hakuna Lagat ataenda pahali. Lakini wakati angepata justice, ni watu walikuwa wanalilia justice, wangefanya Lagat. Suliona Lagat ilibidi atolewe. Ilibidi ameenda kufichwa.
Pale niliona barua nyingine ilikuwa nasema kwamba alikuwa ameenda likizoni.
Si likizoni, alikuwa ameona ni kunoma, akaambia kwanza utabidi kwanza usimame kidogo. Na watu kama si mzee, watu wangeendelea na hiyo push. Huyo jamaa angekuwa ametolewa. Lakini sasa mzee niliona ni kama amecompensate kwa kitu. So akasema hiyo mambo ishi. Sasa hiyo mambo ya Ojwang, let him rest in peace. The way mzee told us.
All right, Miguda, maybe when you're looking at it in terms of law or what could have happened or what has happened, whereby now the family feel like actually they need they're now looking for Lagat. What could have happened? Because like I could see there's a place they were talking of Albert Ojwang father files affidavit for the DIG, and he was saying that the DPP is protecting like this the way Lagat is being protected, that's why he did the affidavit. So when you look at in terms of law, this is a case that the suspect had already been found. There's a case that is going on in the courts already, and now he files this affidavit. Can that one affect what is taking place in the courts, or can this one be admitted again as the judicial processes continues?
Okay. Give me 1 minute. I'm coming back. I'm changing something on my device. 1 minute.
All right,
I'll be back.
Thank you so much, Miguda. Yeah, this is what Laban Misiani is saying, that at Brother Ben, Ojwang has to rest in peace. Yes, but the father feels now that the justice was not served, so that's why he has sworn in affidavit, especially now in the court. So is it too late or is too early? And this one also brings us to what is happening in Kasipul Kabondo, because like let me see what our good EA is saying here. Nyamumoja, if even 525 bob can shush some of the unprivileged individual. All right. And this one comes, and this one should be a lesson, especially to us and everybody, especially when such like issues comes, and how should you handle them, and that's why sometimes you have to align yourself with great people with the legal mind who are there to serve, because if sometimes you are in a hurry, especially, and make some comment, sometimes it backfires. Because I can remember very well the way Joseph has said, when this issue took a turn shift, especially majority of young people were disappointed. Remember the case of Ojwang, so many people came all over the country, young people who did not even know him, just know him as a Gen Z, and they all gathered in Nairobi just to look for justice. But the very moment that those 2 million and all that were rewarded from the politician, or I think like president gave 1 million, the late prime minister also gave some money. There was a total of 3 million. Governor for Wanga also gave, and there was that building of the house, the water. I can remember the legislatures of coming from
Brother
that area.
Benson,
Yeah,
I think if Muse could have waited for a little bit and be patient,
yeah,
he could have even gotten a large sum or some, because even than the one he was given by the president, because he could have sued the state. You know,
yeah,
he was killed in a police station,
yeah.
in a police cell. So
Mhm.
that one is public versus the state. Yeah? Is you versus the state. And obviously, it was found, and all the deals were leading to the police station. So they could have just found the justice, and also he could have found the compensation. But now, I think compensation came first. So that was the issue.
Yeah,
So
and
even when we take to court now, it does not hold any waters too much now, I don't think. But maybe law, courts deal with a different view of how we deal with it. They deal
yeah.
with laws and evidence and everything.
All right, thank you so much, Miguda.
Yes.
Just to let us know limitation, especially. Do we have any legal limitation on the filing? That is what Father Dan is asking, and that is also what I was putting forward for you when the judicial process is going on. Is there that window whereby you can um, at least file new evidence to the case that is ongoing?
Okay, before I tackle your question, first let me also give my input. There's a problem in this country. I don't know in Kenya or in the entire world, but we have a problem as a people of this country, because when it's my turn, I'm quiet, but when I'm out, I'm making noise. Or when we want justice, there are some people conspire to delay justice. Then once the justice has been overtaken by events, then you come back to the people, surely. You know, we pleaded with Mzee, that Mzee, we can even changa for you those millions, because you understand the spirit of the public by that time. We could have given a still number. Then we say, okay, Kasongo want to give me 2 million. Okay, give us 5 million. People could have given him 5 million. But, and you saw people, there are some characters who went to Mzee, many things. So until we people also must also respect ourselves, as that when something is wrong, it's wrong. When something is right, it's right. When there's injustice, injustice. And when the public are crying out for justice, give us a listening here. Don't try to influence our cry. But all in all, we also respect by that time that it was their own volition, because as a family, they were now the victims in that case, because it was now the state versus the person who killed Ojwang. And if there was a state versus the defense, in the case we told that they were to alarm those police officers. So there were so many parties. And the victims were the family. The victims are very crucial into the criminal case. But now if the victims have collided with the suspects, and they're now saying that, let us bury our own. We respected that decision by that time. And I want to be very clear, not that people misunderstood me. The public respected the decision, and we said it's a family affair. If the victims have withdrawn and have accepted the compensation, well and good. Bury your son. We wash our hand. Today, you want to compel the public to assist you to cry again. Really? Until we agree as a people that when something is wrong, it's wrong. When something is right. Always stand for justice. But if you decide to collide with the injustice people, those people commit injustice, just go with them. So I want to say that, in a criminal case like that of Eli Lagat, not Eli Lagat, because like that of the deceased and the suspects, we find that in nature it is the state versus the suspect, and in this case, the suspect were also state officers, and the suspect are also the people who are supposed to carry out investigations. It's not complicating issues here. But the good thing that we are the victims who are seeking for justice, the family, and also in the victims' report for the state, there were evidences from the Bagadi hospital We saw the video evidence. The young boy was brought already dead, and it was contradicting the statement by the suspect that actually he was brought there alive. And also we got the report from the people carried out autopsy, the pathologist, who told us that he was strangled, he was beaten. It was very clear that the boy was, they did all sort of those issues. So when you are instituting a lawsuit, in this case, now is a criminal in nature, and this now the state whereby after the investigative agencies have done their part, they have given the report to the ODPP. ODPP now must go to the court. By the time you are making a filing at the court, already you have seen that you have done your due diligence and the case is going on. But here you find out that already the victims, they have like hide or they have like withdrawn. But when the victims have withdrawn, you have allowed the case to proceed. So as the case is proceeding, then you want to find another maybe compelling reasons why you should be granted justice. You know, that is what the court will quash out, and the suspect team will argue that we were brought here based on the initial charges.
Yeah.
The added charges right now is not why we are here. So you have to initiate a new lawsuit with that added filing. So as per now, we are dealing with what we have as per that time Ojwang was killed and up to now, because already people like those suspects, some of them have been detained, some of them have been have not reported their work, some of them have also been attending court. So if you want to, you have to introduce a new lawsuit initially. So it's up to them to take another route. But as now, we are dealing with what we have by that time initially. And so remember the principle of criminal law, the principle of criminal law, that it should be the standard of proof should be beyond reasonable doubt. And when the standard proof should be beyond reasonable doubt, that's why I never called like that in my statement. Because as things stand right now, we want to find out the actual person who take action to kill the late deceased Ojwang. Because Lagat must just be a complainant at the headquarters. Then when those officers went and they picked him, so the person who killed, who strangled Lagat, that is the perpetrator. So we have parties there. We have the perpetrator, we have the counselor, we have the abatee, the person who assists the person who assisted the perpetrator. We call them the abatee. The person who crafted or plotted is called the counselor, and the actual person who committed the crime is called perpetrator. So they are going to be charged differently and convicted differently based on the role which you carried out during that time up to now. But morally, I wanted to argue morally, if you know, if we knew very well what happened, we could not have collided with the state for the circumstances. Then later, we are bringing back another file and also bringing pressure. No, that is very wrong. That's very wrong. You need to have been clear from the word go up to the very end. If you have withdrawn as a victim, therefore, remain silent and allow the current case to be concluded conclusively, then you keep off. Not that you are now bringing in new added demands to the case. That is very wrong morally. And also when it comes to determination, judges are also mandated to decide based on the moral principles, based on the school of thoughts. So judges can also make a ruling based on moral principles or based on the school of thoughts. So it's up to the judge to make that decision determination depending on the nature of the case. So the good father should just, the very way the public decided to let the young man rest in peace, let him just withdraw the way as he withdrew and allow the young man to rest in peace. This complication of things will not make the public to trust you.
All right. Thank you so much. I can see Makobura. How are you doing?
Good evening. I'm doing good. I don't know whether my background is noisy from your side.
I know we can hear you. Maybe you can share with us your thoughts on what is going on right now in the country. As you know that we are headed in the polls in a few hours' time. What is your take on?
Makobura was in Malava constituency.
Atuambie watu wanapigana ama Malava iko vipi?
Brother Benson, yule jamaa nimeona amepigwa sana, huyo anaitwa Livondo.
Oh, that is him.
Anapigwa mpaka bila nguo. He does not have any clothes on. You have seen when he has jamaa. I don't know what that's why it's chaos. But Makobura is here, sorry.
So this is what also has happened. Let me just, before Makobura comes in, IBC wants that strict penalty will be imposed on anyone found taking photos of the ballot papers after voting during Thursday's bias elections. Makobura, go on.
So before Makobura comes in, that's a simple question. Which law is that one? We have had general elections here. We took photos and people shared everywhere. So which law is being amended at midnight by individual? And we know how laws should make this country. Which laws bar people from taking photos in the ballot? So you see those things we are telling that these people are really not. Which law is that?
What have you said? But which laws have been amended at?
Makobura, go ahead. I'm coming. Go ahead, Makobura. Makobura.
Okay, thank you so much. I'm here. Yeah, so first allow me to acknowledge the presence of Joseph Miguda, not forgetting the host, Brother Benson, and our good viewers, our good listeners. Of course, I can see good here. I saw Father, I saw Laban, I saw Shaima, I saw Brenda, I saw Nyamumoja, amongst others. I want to take this opportunity to really appreciate the fact that you've always been here with us and you've supported us in one way or another. This is Brother Benson Media, and over here we say that your opinion counts. And on the question that I've been asked to give my opinion on is, of course, the ongoing elections in the Republic. I mean, the by-elections which are going on in the Republic of Kenya. And I want to say that this March that we are seeing coming out, a typical reflection of Kenyan lifestyle and a typical reflection on how elections are taken serious or how they're viewed. We've seen a lot of politicians coming out to give out their best. They're giving their best in the sense that some of them are using the entire, the force, the money, and all those things just as a way of fighting to ensure that they get the position that are being sorted for. And I think we have gotten to a point where nowadays leadership or these particular positions are seen as avenues of getting wealth, because the level at which people are fighting to gain or to take charge or to lead, whether in the political environments or whether on the elective positions, is really getting too high. And to me, they are getting out of hand because they have forgotten the mandate of leaders. They've forgotten the mandate of the positions that they are, the role that they're supposed to be playing in the positions that they are looking for. But instead, what they are currently doing is they are looking for these positions as a way of defending themselves, as a way of enriching themselves, as a way of building a circle of political or rich friends. That is what the current view on politics is. And it is also changing the narrative, because today in the Republic of Kenya, the political class are not really looking for positions to save or to assist the suffering people of Kenya, but they are looking for these particular positions as a way of defending or assisting them, I mean, helping themselves. The main intention why people get into politics today is not as what used to be. It is not what we understand with the term leadership, or somebody who is going to look for a leadership role. Today, we are seeing situations where people, I mean, leaders who are supposed to be taking care of the citizens are the ones who are coming out to even kill. I mean, in the quest for these particular positions, whoever they find on their way, trying to stop them. Some of them are being crushed, some of them are being killed, and this is not a good thing at all for the people of Kenya. So we need to go back as a people and get to understand what really does it mean for someone to be a leader. Are we giving people opportunity to lead, or we are giving them opportunity to enrich themselves? That is part of things that we need to analyze as a people. Maybe Joseph or Miguda, you can give me the next question that maybe you guys gave your opinion and you needed to hear my side as well. Joseph or Miguda, which question did you tackle that I'm supposed to give my take on as well?
We were talking just general things, Marco Bura. We were talking about the happenings of the day, and you see, we have been receiving news from every sources now indicating that things are not going well as they seem, because if you hear police and goons raiding certain candidates at night, it's very horrifying. So we were talking about how is the readiness of IBC and how they have been conducting all these kinds of how they have been conducting themselves till now, and how do you see the election will go tomorrow? Do you see IEBC delivering free and credible elections?
My take, I'm just giving my opinion, and I would not really go for long because I know the Arsenal fans are somewhere waiting to see or to watch.
I can hear you are hearing the ball. I can hear the music of UEFA Champions.
It's where I am, so that's why I was finding it a little bit tough because of the noise behind. So allow me to give my take, and then maybe I'll not go. We can call it a day. What we expect tomorrow, we are expecting an election in different constituencies or wards. And the only worry that I have is we've not seen a mature candidates coming out to give reasons why they should be given an opportunity to lead. We are not having leaders, true leaders. To me, the ones that we are currently having, or the ones who are going for these particular seats, are not fully genuine. They are not true, genuine leaders. And for that reason, I feel that as much as we are going for this election, we are not really going to elect the right people. But on the other hand, the IEBC that are also been given the mandate to lead or to ensure that the elections are held in a free, fair, and verifiable in a verifiable way, they also do not have what it takes to hold that. And I said the same yesterday. My worry is the IEBC is compromised. Compromised in the sense that the selection, how it was done, the narrative that has been, that has always been in the Republic, the thinking of the people, one thing that I like about the people of Kenya is that when they start doubting about something, you know, they are relatives of these people, and partly they get to know, they get to understand. When you see Kenyans talking about certain things, they have some genuine reasons why they're doing so. And for that reason, personally, the elections that we are going to have are already compromised. We are not going to get a free, fair, verifiable election, but we're going to get an election that has been uh, um, that has been midwife. Let me use that term. An election that is reflecting who used a lot of money to give the people who are supposed to be overseeing. That has always been the narrative in the Republic of Kenya. But we hope that the relevant authorities, the EACC, the police, and all those relevant authorities that are supposed to also assist, will be there to watch and to give, to ensure that everything goes well. It is going to be chaotic in certain constituencies, just like what we saw today, what we saw yesterday. The campaigns have been chaotic. Of course, I foresee a situation where we're also going to have some part of this, constituency people being chaotic. And again, it is going to give us a reflection of what is really on the ground based on the view that the people have towards the government or the ruling party and the view that the people have towards the opposition. That is what I can say. And for that reason, I think I'll just stop at that particular point, because I'm at a place where it's there's a lot of noise behind the scene. So, Joseph, I'll give you a chance to give us your last remarks, maybe.
Yeah, thank you. And I want to inform the viewers that also in Kabuchai there is some issues. You know, it has been issues everywhere. In Kabuchai, that the Ford that there somebody's alleging, Peter Mbai, I think is in a DCP member, is alleging that Ford Kenya have sent goons to raid the agents that were sent by the United Opposition. They have been raided. They have been beaten right now. So these are things that are going to still happen, and it's a difficult time, because I don't think, I saw good here saying that anataka kuombea kukuwe na amani, lakini sioni kukiwa na amani yoyote. Kama hivi ndivyo mambo itaendelea, kesho sioni amani yoyote, na hata si kesho tu, even tomorrow night, because that will be there, the counting of the votes. So I hope you are going to go and watch the match. I'm going to be following up the updates here, because now today it means watu wamekataa kulala. It has been now. If good here, you'll be able to find time. You can go in Facebook or all other social medias, even YouTube, and see how the damages that have been done to the Narok candidate. It's very alarming. It's very difficult to watch. Even you just go and check them. So I want to thank our viewers who are here, and Kinashima, Goodia, Judith, Father Dan, who has been with us here, and Nyamu something. I saw it's called Nyamu. I'm forgetting that name. The name was Nyamu Moja. Nyamu Moja and Laban. Laban was here with us, the two-term supporter, and I want to thank them for being with us here. So we are going to go. Brother Benson is back here, I think. Brother Benson, even Kabuchai kumewaka bana.
What's happening in Kabuchai?
They have sent goons to go and beat up the people who are sent, like the agents of United Opposition. So it is a night of long knives. You heard that one, which was there before, the night of the long knives.
Yeah. So
that is what I was explaining to Marco Bura.
what for now, what we can really say based on the perspectives that we were talking about, from the people themselves to the agencies to IEBC to the other stakeholders, I think this is going to be one of the worst, especially, and this is a rehearsal for 2027. If like only 24 by elections we are experiencing thing, what about now the major the general election? So which means it's going to be worse than this. So that is something that now we have to get prepared of. If only now the agencies and even the IBC, if they don't take stock of what has happened and try to change, then that is the recipe that we are going to see.
And I'm not talking from here. So this is people who are from DCP, because I was checking in the page of Dr. Peter Mbai. I think you know him. He always wears glasses and comes to shows.
Yeah,
and I think even other members have started even posting it right now. For that, those things, even if you go to the page of Dr. Peter Mbai, you'll see how the damages that were done. And it's horrifying. You can still even hear some voices there back. It's like they want to come again. So today even is a rehearsal, Brother Benson. Kesho sasa wakianza kuhesabu sijui, mi naombea tu nchi yangu juu kesho sasa hakutakuwa kuzuri. Mimi siombei mabaya, lakini kesho sioni.
No, we will actually tomorrow we will be here and we will be getting those briefs from the internet, and we will be keeping everyone updated, especially to check from all the social platforms of the DCP, the government, the ODM, and we see what is taking place, especially in various areas. Makobura, you are almost closing, right?
Yes, because I'm not really having a good noise from the background. There's some people watching some game here.
All right. Thank you so much, Makobura. And maybe you can just close. Then tomorrow we'll come early, Joseph. I don't know how your schedule will be, but we will be here so early tomorrow.
Okay.
All right. You can just close.
Thank you.
Brother Benson, thank you. I think tomorrow I'll be covering the whole by elections from morning.
All right.
I think tomorrow I'm not engaged. I released my plans for tomorrow. I cleared my schedule tomorrow because I need to fuatilia what I think. Even I'll fuatilia it even tomorrow night, that I know what is happening. Unajua mimi niko mekaribia sana Embu, and I'm seeing that they are saying the roads in Embu will be closed. So kama Embu kinaanuka, unajua mimi niko na watu huko, so
all right.
lazima kwa tukiangalia.
Goody, I will let you know. I'm going to text you. Okay, Makobura, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Allow me to also acknowledge Jeff Saikona. Jeff Saikona naona anasema I'm watching Arsenal. Last time I said I'm not a fan, Arsenal fan, but I'm a Man U fan. Lakini siku hizi mambo haijakuwa vizuri sana, lakini we are not losing hope. We are, we are normal si normal, fire si fire. We are continuing with the narrative that has been brought forth by the former deputy president. By the current deputy president. Yeah, so good year, utuhurumie tu, hata nyinyi tuliona mlifanyiwa mambo the other day, and najua ni machungu. Joseph hapa will tell you, juzi mlifanyiwa mambo, hata mimi niliwatch your game. So I want to take this opportunity to say a big thank you to everyone who joined us. Thank you so much, Joseph Miguda. Thank you so much, Brother Benson. The host team, we really appreciate. And not forgetting those who have supported us. Good year together with everyone at the comment section. Thank you so much. And we really appreciate the fact that you've taken your time. This is Brother Benson Media. Joseph, you want to say something?
Yes, good year should stop even talking about people who are in front of them. They should talk with the likes of akina anaitagwaje hiyo timu iko hapo nyuma yao. As you're supposed to be talking with entering the big six.
Yeah. Wanagongwa tunagongwa na tunaendelea. We are not losing hope. That is the spirit. I know Goodyear is a stand supporter of Liverpool. Lakini going forward itabidi Akuje Manu.
I heard they are saying that slot should be slaughtered.
But Goodyear will slaughter you. Goodyear will slaughter you. Anyway, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. I want to take this opportunity to wish you all a blessed night, a blessed morning, a blessed afternoon, a blessed evening from wherever you're watching us from. This is the Betson Media, and here we say your opinion counts. Thank you so much, and may God bless you. See you again tomorrow.